I got a question. What were you doing back in 2003? Hmm? What were you doing back in 2003? I know a lot of things happened in 2003. I know that U.S. led forces with the coalition invaded Iraq on March 19th of 2003. There was a actor that became governor of California by the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger in 2003. Who can forget? Finding Nemo was released in 2003. And then some of your favorite shows like Dawson's Creek and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they ended their runs in 2003. And then who can forget the infamous kiss at the MTV Music Awards in 2003 between Britney Spears and the iconic Madonna? Who can forget that? I know I can't, probably never will. Don't want to. And then in 2003, Cristiano Ronaldo made his premier league debut at age 18 back in 2003. But you want to know what else happened in 2003? The Tennessee Volunteers walked into Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville, Florida, and defeated the Florida Gators 24-10. And that was the last time that our beloved Tennessee Volunteers beat the Florida Gators in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium until last night. I'm going to talk about that and a whole lot more here on a special edition of Just Shooting the Sports. We just like to call this Just Draining the Swamp. Let's get it.
Survive if I let you.
Well, well, well. We finally did it. We finally drained the swamp. We finally ended the streak. And we finally dominated the Florida Gators. It's been a long, long 10-game losing streak. 2003. It's 2025. Hell, I've gotten married. I've had a kid. I moved from one state to another. I've had a lot of ups and downs within that time frame. And here we are. A 31-11 thumping of the Florida Gators. And for me personally, a couple of videos ago, I talked about how if we didn't win, if we came down here to Gainesville and laid an egg, I know y'all heard me say it. Don't even worry about going back to Knoxville. Leave your headsets and your uniforms all in the locker room and on the sidelines. But then I had to change the tune. I changed my tune a little bit. I said, well, you can go back to Knoxville, but you're on horseback. Don't worry about no buses. Don't worry about no first class. Don't worry about none of that. And what happened? We came out there with a purpose. And the purpose was 31-0 at the half. Could have been 35. But 31-0 at the half. And regardless of what you may think of the Florida Gators and what their record looks like and the struggles that DJ Lagway has had this season, one thing we knew for sure was that the Florida defense will always show up. But unfortunately, the Florida defense had injuries, key injuries on that side of the ball. And it seemed like from the word go, the defense just wasn't locked in. I mean, somebody must have told Hypo and Halsley, hey, go home and get your toolbox. And I want you to get everything out of your toolbox that you have. And I want you to take those tools, and I want you to implement them into this game last night. And what can I say? There was a lot of drag routes, a couple of trip formations, but the drags were killing them. I think we only went one time downfield, and it was an overthrow, but Brazil was double covered anyway. But during the whole game, it was nothing but drag, slants, tight ends coming out of the backfield, looked somewhat like a screenplay. Ethan Davis caught one for a touchdown. And by the way, let's give Ethan Davis his props, his flowers. He put on a hell of a show tonight. Matter of fact, he led all receivers with 72 yards and one touchdown. That man is special, and we all knew he was special. He just had injury problems. But if anything, it was a blessing in disguise. And Kitselman, no disrespect, you've done well in your position, but Ethan Davis is just that much better and just that much athletic. And that played a big part in this game. He caught the ball well. He ran the ball well after the catch. He did the things that we always knew as fans that he could do. We saw it many years ago in the spring game. Matter of fact, that spring game he got hurt in. We knew the athleticism was there. And he put it on display last night. Joey Aguilar at one point was perfect. 9 for 9, 126 yards, one touchdown. He did everything he was supposed to do for this team to be successful. Now, we're 8-3. Next week, we got a big game. It's funny that I say that, huh? A big game against the Vanderbilt Commodores in Diego Pavia at home in Neyland Stadium. For us, the friendly confines. For them, a nightmare. Now, we have a chance, and it's funny because I was going to talk about this in the Tennessee Vanderbilt video leading up to the game, but I might as well say it now. Isn't it funny of the reversal of fortunes? Remember last year around this time, Vanderbilt needed to beat us to keep us out of the college football playoffs, remember? Now this time, we have to beat Vandy to keep them out of the college football playoffs. Understand something. History will not repeat itself. But I'll talk about that later on in the week. Let's get back to this dismantling of the Florida Gators, who, let's face it, it's been a bad year for them. But that's not my problem. And that's not our problem. You go out there and you play the game, you go out there to win the game. And that's what we did. We ended the streak. Now we got other streaks we need to take care of. One, the Georgia Bulldogs, whenever that will be. And secondly, winning on the road in Tuscaloosa. That's another streak that needs to be broken, because all streaks are meant to be broken. But anyway, let's get to it. Joey Aguilar was 17 out of 22 for 204 yards and one touchdown. The running game combined, we ran for 248 yards. And as far as receiving, combined for 204 yards. As I stated, Ethan Davis with 5 catches of 72 yards and 1 touchdown. And the leading rusher for the Tennessee Volunteers was, of course, the man himself, DeSean Bishop, with 24 carries, 116 yards, with 2 TDs. And of course, Star Thomas had a touchdown as well. He had 9 carries for 71 yards. The defense played phenomenal. They played phenomenal. I'm not even worried about the late game and, a ball, catching, out of the backfield for a touchdown, and not worried about that. We're not worried about that. I knew that Ball was the person you needed to key on, and it seems to me they weren't really going to him too much until the second half. It was like they was putting it in DJ Lagway's hands to see if he can win the game, and it just didn't turn out that way for him. He only had 116 yards and 1 touchdown. He was 11 out of 17. Ball led all rushers, of course, with 96 yards, and he led all receivers with just 2 receptions and 35 yards with 1 touchdown. So the defense put the clamps on, man. They played lights out. Tim Banks, he called a great game. He blitzed when he needed to, and especially that one play where all 8 rushed the quarterback, got him off his pivot, and what did he do? Throw it out of bounds. Threw it incomplete. That's all I wanted to see. Throw the kitchen sink at him. Look like you went in your toolbox as well and got everything out. But got to give the defense kudos. Great job. Max Gilbert, I don't know about y'all, but I wonder if we can go in the portal and get a kicker. Or hell, go get somebody from the soccer team, because I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if y'all see it, but I see it. Every time when Max Gilbert goes out there now, he don't even look confident. I can look in his eyes and his body language. He's not even sure if he's going to make it. And if he ain't sure, hell, we know we ain't sure. Because I'm not sure every time he walk up there if he's going to make it. Hell, I don't care if it's 25 yards. But unfortunately, the young man, I don't think he's confident. I see it in his eyes. And I'm pretty sure y'all see it too. And he's probably going to be here another year, I think. I'm for sure he's going to be here another year, because hell, he's on my game. And I'm in year 2027. So I already know he got a couple more years. So we may just have to live and die with him. But it is what it is at this point. But the defense played a hell of a game. Offense played lights out. Everyone played the way that Tennessee football should be playing against every opponent. Now, I know some going to be like, well, we didn't score in the second half. Hell, we didn't need to. Shit, for what? Florida wasn't going to do nothing. They weren't going to take care of business. So we ain't really have to do all that. Now, as far as our leading tacklers are concerned, Jeremiah Telander had 10 tackles. And like I said, Max Gilbert, 1 for 2. I mean, he made all his extra points. He just missed that field goal. But it is what it is what it is on that right there. But yeah, we definitely took care of business, man. I'm proud of these guys. Now let's go out here and let's take care of business against Vanderbilt next week. Unfortunately, I wish we would have kind of, got a couple of those losses, were W's, but it is what it is, man. We ended the streak, and I can't be more proud of these guys. They have fought, they have fought, they have fought. Do you think the Boo Carter situation may have this team refocused and re-energized? Because sure as hell looked like it to me. Or it could have just been a coincidence. Who knows? Let's see what they do against Diego, because tell you something. Diego put on a show yesterday against Kentucky. He put on an absolute show. We can't have that. Not in Neyland. He already talked his shit earlier this offseason about owning Tennessee, about Vanderbilt being the better team in Tennessee. Well, he going to have to put up or shut the hell up. You know what I mean? But anyway, I hope y'all had a great night last night. I know I did. I enjoyed every minute of it. We literally took their soul and stepped on it. BTA, all gas and no damn brakes. So, you know who I am, Blackout Jones, and you know where we are, Just Shooting the Sports. And don't forget, please subscribe. And when you do, hit that notification bell and hit all. Comment, like, share, follow. Tell your friends about your boy Blackout Jones, because this is the special edition of Just Shooting the Sports, titled Just Draining the Swamp. And anytime I talk about that power T right there and the one beside me, you already know what it is. Go Big Orange and go damn Vols.
Survive.